All right, good morning, everyone. Like I said earlier, my name is Charles Whitaker. I'm the new band director here at Honouliuli Middle School. Firstly, I wanted to thank everyone for coming out today. I'm sure the students appreciate it a lot for your support. And yeah, this is our Band 1 class. Our Band 1 class is for beginning students as well as returning students that want to learn another instrument. So, beginners, why don't you stand up for us? Some of them definitely aren't beginners, and they stood up anyway. But the beginner students are either incoming students to the school or completely new students who want to try a band for the first time. So they took Band 1 during the summer in order to accelerate their growth on their instrument. And returning students, they wanted to play their second instrument for some reason, and there's a lot of them. So hopefully, I think they like band. You guys like band? They're just saying yes and shaking their head. Yeah, so they had only 2.5 weeks to learn a new instrument, and as well as learning a whole bunch of things related to music. So we're going to present to you everything that's occurred this past 2.5 weeks. So the first thing the students learned how to do was feel the beat and feel the rhythm. Yeah, so when you tap your foot with the beat of a song, you're able to pick up on the speed of the song. We got them pretty good at it. So you're going to see that right now as they practice marching. So students, why don't you stand up? Ready? Go ahead and clapping as well as marching in different speeds. Once the students are able to feel the rhythm and beat of the music, we then teach them how to clap and count their rhythm. So let me welcome one of our teachers, our staff this year, Mr. Zachary Kaluya, to help them with their rhythm.
Hello everyone. So the first rhythm that they learn is the quarter note and quarter rest. So it counts for 1 beat, so 1 clap. And then we have our quarter rest, which also means not playing. Here's some examples. And then we move on to half notes, which is 2 beats. So holding for 2 beats. we teach them is the whole note. This is their favorite one. It's going to be for 4 beats. So you're going to see them make a circle. And then after that, they move on to singing with Mr. Dane Pennell.
Hello everyone, my name is Dane Pennell. I'm not a teacher here. Mr. Whitaker is just my friend, so I came to help out for the summer school. So now I'm going to take them through singing. So now that we know what type of notes happen when, we're going to add some different notes to it so they can start like that. What you'll see is students doing hand signs, and what that is we relate different signs to different pitches of a scale so that we know where we are. Yeah, if you see any of your children or friends not singing, please let me know and we'll have them solo for you so you can get a nice video opportunity for that. Okay, students.
Thank you, Mr. Pennell and Mr. Julia. After this, parents, the students finally receive their kits on their instruments, so they finally receive all the materials in order to start playing their instruments. So the first step that we teach them is how to assemble their mouthpieces and equipment. So students, can you take their mouthpieces off your instrument? Hopefully, they weren't doing this too much at home because it gets quite annoying quite fast. But we're going to show off each instrument's mouthpiece and what it sounds like, yeah? So we're going to start off with our flutes. Flutes, why don't you stand up? So, our flutes produce sound through the head joint of the instrument, which is what they're holding right now. Flute, why don't you hold it up? Yeah? So, in order to produce sound on the flute, they have to blow air into the tone hole of that head joint, similar to like blowing air into the lid of a bottle to make a sound. Yeah? So flutes, go ahead and try it first. And you flutes, how about I ask them? Our next group of instruments that use a similar mouthpiece is called the single reed instruments. The single reed instruments use one piece of cane, almost like sugar cane, that is attached to their mouthpieces, and those instruments are the clarinet and alto and tenor saxophone. Why don't you guys stand up? This one gets quite loud, So they make air by blowing air, they make sound by blowing air onto the tip of the reed, the cane, which creates vibrations that produce the sound. So go ahead, clarinets and saxophones. Oh, a lot of energy. Thank you. Have a seat. And we have one soloist in the instrument family today. This is Dawson. Dawson, stand up. Dawson plays the oboe, which is a double reed instrument. A double reed instrument is similar to a single reed, however, it's two pieces of cane attached and bound together by a string. Let it rip, Dawson. That is our entire woodwind family we have today. Our next family of instruments is our brass family, which all use very similar mouthpieces. So, in order to produce sound on a brass instrument, you have to buzz your two lips together, similar to like this. But our first family in the brass family is our high brass family, and that is our French horn and trumpet players. Why don't you guys have a stand up? High brass instrument. Stand up. So our high brass instrument is obviously going to be a little higher pitched on their buzz. So high brass, go ahead and buzz. Thank you, high brass. Finally, in all of our mouthpiece, our instruments with mouthpieces, we have our low brass family. Our low brass family is very similar to our high brass, but obviously it's going to be a little bit lower pitched. And our instruments in our low brass family are our trombone and euphonium players. So everyone can stand up. And you will hear that this sounds definitely a lot lower than the high brass instrument. So go ahead, low brass buzz. Thank you, low brass. Section. Our percussion section does not have mouthpieces, but they get to enjoy hitting stuff. So now we're going to introduce all of our instruments and what they sound like with the mouthpiece back on the instrument in reverse order. So starting with our percussion, you might have heard them playing the snare drum in our rhythm activity. That is an unpitched percussion instrument. There's no different pitches. There's just one single pitch. But for now, they will demonstrate on their pitched percussion instrument, which is a xylophone. Percussionists, why don't you do number one of your first sheet? Ready? Over 1, 2, ready, and. 3, 4. Very good percussion, thank you. And we will have this, next, moving backwards, we have our baritones. Our baritones are euphoniums. Baritones, why don't you stand up and show them your instrument. The baritone is similar in shape to a tuba, it's just a little bit smaller and pitched a little bit higher. Baritones, why don't you play for us number 2 from your first notes sheet. So so it can extend all the way out, and hopefully it doesn't hit anyone in the head. Okay, again. Our next instrument is in our high brass family, and it's going to be the French horns. Our French horns are not French, but they're just named that. And they have a lot of tubing. It's quite a tricky instrument to play, actually. So French horns. Why don't you do number one for our first approach? Thank you, French horns. Our next section is our trumpet section. This tends to be a popular instrument. That's why there's so many of them playing it. And they're going to stand up for us, and they are going to play number 3 from our first team's sheet. First note sheet. Number finally, we get back to our woodwind section, and now I'm going to introduce the saxophone section. There are 2 types of saxophone that we teach here in the summer band. It's the alto and tenor saxophone. They differ in size and in key, but they sound pretty similar. So saxophone, why don't you stand up and do number 1 from our first note sheet. I'd like to also extend thanks to Ms. Cassandra and Shetta, who is the ukulele teacher and part of our and also all our band staff that came to supported the kids during we have our former Honouliuli band director in the audience today, Ms. Monica Miosco. So I'd like to thank her for everything she's done for the students so far. And with that being said, let's continue on into full band, all instruments playing at the same time. So let's start with number 4, everyone. Very good. Number 5. We're going to combine our number 6 and 7 from our first note sheet, which you may all know as hot cross plus. So students 6 and 7 together. Finally, we put together one longer song for you. It's a little more trickier. This is Mary Had a Little Lamb. So our last song of the concert, everyone. We thank you so much for your support. And yeah, students, we're going to do one entry together of our first tune sheet. So thank you very much for coming out, everyone. This concludes our program for Band 1. I just wanted to say I'm very proud of them. Most summer band programs get, at minimum, 4 weeks of instruction to learn how to play their instruments. But the students picked up an instrument in only 2.5 weeks. So I thought they're very on top of it, and I'm super proud of all their hard work. So I want to hand for our students. Parents, if you'd like to take pictures with your child, you may go ahead and do that. The students are in recess right now, and then after that, there will be a slight intermission, and then the cafeteria will reopen at 11 o'clock for the ukulele 2 and band 2 concert. So thank you very much for coming out, everyone. Thank you.